Everybody's going to be coming on. Oh, well, it is recording. So let me say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And honestly, I am seeing so many different countries in the house. I am very excited to be here. And I know that you are too, because my phone has been going off for a couple of days. So thank you. Those messages of, hey, I did a post for you, and hey, congratulations, and hey, this is going to be amazing. It all adds up and it is very inspiring. You know how we listen to things for inspiration, but I have to say, through this whole project, it's been those little texts, it's been people sending their books to me with stickers on it, like saying thank you, and all of that, because it's just confirmation. First of all, I've been saying it's time for a long time, but you have to feel and see that it has been time for this incredible movement, not just our movement, but the multiple movements that are happening. If you have not been with us before, and if you not have been attending any events, and this is your first time, well, welcome. What a party to step into, right? What a party to step into. We are launching the channel. I want to say thank you to everyone here, because I know time is one of our most powerful commodities, and you chose to spend time with us. And we have a little reel to open up this party in just a minute. If you have been on any of our summits, which to date has been 25 summits, if you have been on our summit, you will recognize this gorgeous music and the way that we open every party. If you have not been to a summit yet, well, let me tell you, 440 women have spoke. Actually, about 540 women have spoke on all of the summits. If you are a speaker and like to speak, you need to get on there, because the cool thing, and why I'm saying congratulations, 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 that if you have been a featured speaker on our summit, you are going to be on TV, the Women's Channel, within 6 weeks. You will see all of the summits, all of the women. And if you know how many women have spoken on our summits, well, let me tell you, we used to be up from 7 in the morning till very late at night. Hey, Dorothea, we'd be like, whoa, we have now smartened up. We grow and we learn, and we have now done the summits over 2 days. So our goal is to make sure that we hit every time zone, because we're not kidding when we say Women's International. It is international, and that it is, and we need to be accessible, which is, some of you right now are having wine with dinner, and some of us are like, where's our coffee? Because that's kind of how it's working today. But you will be on the Women's Channel. We're not going to send you to go look at that right now. You're going to hang out with us, but you can look later. I need to do a very powerful thank you to everyone that has helped make this happen from the very beginning. So for all of you speakers that have been here from OG up until your first time you're meeting us is now, thank you, thank you, thank you. The only way we could have accomplished being the largest international speakership and authorship in the world is if everybody took the time, the energy, and the effort to share the messages, to share the links. We had 6,000 women show up on our summits, absolutely free. We ask now that you donate if you can, which allows us to continue to be free. But they didn't, I didn't know the woman who came in from Africa and Nigeria and all the other countries that have come on to the summit to be filled up. I mean, we pour out, right? I mean, I'm sure the majority of you on here are pouring out as much as you need to fill up. And so we had women come and be inspired and motivated and educated and moved enough to go stand up, speak up, and show up in their own worlds, whatever that has meant to them. And we've had the blessing on this side and our team to watch women step into what they do with us here, which is predominantly speak or predominantly author, and go and do incredible things in their world. And when we talked about how this project was creating an International Women's Day movement, it meant that you woke up in the morning, and if we did it enough, and we had enough summits, and we had enough this, and we had enough that, you would capture that wave, and you would, like I said, wake up in the morning and feel like you have wind at your back. There's a famous Irish saying about having wind at your back. And what we want that wind to be, the feeling and support of women all around the world that you may not know, because it has inspired women to do incredible things. Just like we're seeing women now doing their own books, their own thing. They're like, and we are so excited for you. So for some women, we are their first time that they've stepped on a stage. For some women, We are their 30th year of stepping on a stage. The women in the books, the women have spoke, the women have come to classes, the women come to the Ask Party, everything from, Dr. Paula Gordon with the Order of Canada, to celebrities, to doctors, like I see Dr. Sonia Yan here. She's been sharing the word on LinkedIn. Thank you. I've been loving your posts. We have women that are authors, we have women that are coaches, we have women that are artists. I mean, it really is just a movement of gumptuous women that have a mission, that have a passion, that have things that they want to say. And we have been able to create a formula that I think has had a very beautiful, sustainable, safe, and empowering platform for that to happen. So when we say we are an accessible movement, we really are. I mean, this project, for those of you that don't know, started with this book, started with this idea of this book. And if many of you have an idea, we started with the idea of a book, and it happened to me when I was 31. Okay, so we'll just pass that conversation. And here I was years later, walking across the bridge in Vancouver on a beautiful sunny day, and I hear the words, "It's time," so loud it made my body jolt, right? So I called my compiler, and together we put together this book of 262 women. Now I can tell you, I didn't jump up and down when I first heard the word 262. I actually, when I got that in a meditation, said, "No, thank you." Right? But after 3 days of being told 262, 263, 262, I said, okay, I surrender. We always know you surrender to win, right? So I surrendered, and then contacted my publisher and compiler and said it's 262. And she said, no, it's not. And I said, yes, it is. And I said, I want to create a book that actually opens doors and closes doors, that when someone sees it on someone's coffee table, they go, oh yeah, I know that book. And that person gets to say, I'm in that book. And they're like, no way. How did you get in that book? Because this book has already been around the world and will continue to be around the world in a 5-year book tour, which we were talking a little bit pre-show, how we're going to be in Ireland in May. And so far we've been in Ireland. Oh, we're going back again. I wonder who organized that. So if you like Ireland, that's enough to hang out with us. But, we've been in Ireland, we've been in Texas, we've been in LA, we've been at the Emmys, we've been at the Oscars, we've been in New York, we've been in Vancouver, and we will be doing another big launch there again. So where this book goes, you go, whether you're traveling with us or you're traveling with us in the book. This book in the last 12 months has had 5 million media impressions, and women are getting calls from other women. I had someone who contacted me who's in the book and said, I don't know how this woman got a hold of this book, but she read my page. She called me and we had great conversation and she wants to meet you. I go, okay, that's cool. She goes, I don't know where she found the book. I'm like, doesn't matter how she found the book. Doesn't matter how she found the book. That's the whole idea. So we're starting to see that inbound, when you pour it out and you see the inbound come in. So yay you. And before, if any of you are like, oh, I want to be in the book, well, I'm just going to tell you, we're down to 12 spots left. And you're like, how can there be 12 spots left? Look at how many women are in here. But there's this thing called revision. We are doing our final revision, and we are heading to the Emmys in September in California, in LA. And so if you want to be part of this book, just contact me. We have 12 spots left, and then it is the final red ribbon bow. And then about a year later, after putting this together from a book standpoint, I was divinely inspired to watch a TV show. And after that show came the summits. And so in looking to embody women and having them understand and feel how important this International Women's Day thing is, that it's beyond one day. It's beyond a couple of Facebooks to your sisters, like, hey girl, this is awesome, let's do this. And then the next day or the next hour, we go back to feeling what we were feeling before and doing what we were doing before. And so to have that and to embody that, there has to be something consistent, right? You have to hear that messaging over and over again, which is positive messaging, right? We know the work it's been taken to undo some other messaging. This is positive messaging on a regular basis. And we did 22 summits in 15 months. And I already shared with you what came of that. And we hit 191 million media impressions. Now, if you don't think that that's media stacking, and if you don't know what media stacking is, I have a class. You can come and learn how you can stack your media. But that is true media stacking and the power of the collaboration. I'm not saying this because it's a movement that I'm a major part of. I'm saying this because I've been doing this since I was in my 20s. I fell in love with Gloria Steinem when I was in my 20s, and I've been living the life of a woman, and I've seen many different things. And today, you know what I want us to celebrate? How far we have come. because I know that there's ways to go, and I know there's lots to do, and I know that there's lots to do for, maybe even my daughter's generation, maybe even her daughter's generation, until we feel satisfied. I don't know, but what I know today is that when I reflect back, which is something that I don't know how many entrepreneurs really do, but I was reflecting back yesterday before the launch that we did yesterday, and I was like, at 16 years old, I lied so that I could work at Denny's, to work the graveyard shift, because they paid more money than working during the day. Now, how the heck does a waitress at Denny's go to launching a television channel? I don't know, but I do know. I mean, first of all, you don't get there by yourself. Second, you have to put your cart onto someone else's horse. Do you know what I mean? Until you're able to provide carts for someone else's horse. I mean, that's just the way it is. There's been a lot of movement, and I'm very excited about that. I'm excited about this TV launch for a number of reasons. One is, yay you. Yay you. If you want to get a message out and you want it to be heard by 300 million people, yay you. Guess what? It's possible. It's possible because we're doing it, right? 5 years ago, I don't know. I don't know if it was possible 5 years ago. I know 10 years ago, we used to all sit around and go, oh my gosh, I wish we could be on a TV show. I wish, oh my gosh, I wish I could be on Oprah. I wish I could be on, I'm not going to say Dinah Shore, because Kathy might be the only person that knows what I'm talking about. Right? Someone else knows. Okay. I wish I was on Drew Barrymore. I wish I was on these shows, because I want to be seen by that kind of audience. I want to hang out with those kind of women doing positive change. Well, here it is. Like, here it is, right? So now you get to be on there. You don't have to have deep pockets to have your own TV show. You don't have to have deep pockets to be seen on a TV show. You don't have to have deep pockets to do a commercial. You don't have to. You can now pick yourself up and go to that world, no problem. So it was interesting, because when we were going to the Emmys and the Oscars, people were like, how you doing it? I'm like, hey man, if they're not knocking on my door, we're going to go knock on theirs. And guess what? You can. So there's been so much movement and so much good stuff. And before I get into, you're like, before you get into, you haven't stopped talking. But before I get into everything, I have to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Our team is incredible. And as I list our team, if you've been hanging out with us for a while, you're like, there's some extra names there. Well, because you push us to grow. You push us to grow. So yay, yay, yay. Dorothea is here. I know that we all know Dorothea. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. She's been here from the original, listening to me, working with me, listening to me, working with me, going, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And then Marieke McMillan, which I don't know if she's on here. Her face isn't showing to me, but she may be on here. She is the CFO. Dorothea takes care of operations and plus. Operations and plus, and Marieke is the CFO. And then we have Emily, who's here, who's the CMO. And if you were at the Oscars and Emmys and saw us there, you would have seen her there. We had a good time. And she has a whole crew behind her. Caitlin, Sydney, Connor, and Logan as well has been a big part of this. So she's got lots of force behind her. Krista Jesus, who you don't see very often. I saw her texting me earlier. I'm like, get on here. She's our major support, and she resides in beautiful Philippines. And then you have Desi, who is the CTO. She also hangs out in operations as well. You love her. And if you are on TV, you love her even more, right? And then Cheryl, who was with us yesterday, is our Chief Happiness Officer. And you may not have met her, but you may have gotten a text from her. She is new. And then we have Paula, who is here, and she is in charge of business expansion. Oh my gosh, I don't hope I'm not I'm going through my staff meeting in our head. I think that is everybody. And then, of course, we have partners. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Eric in a minute, but because Eric is a partner that is going to help us do exactly what I just said, all these wonderful words about TV. So what I want to do is just kind of do a little like love, 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 hearts, hearts, hearts. We know this doesn't happen without a team. I get to be the lucky one that gets to be out here, and I get to meet you and see you and greet you. But it's really important that we recognize everyone is part of the team, because when we get together, our mission is about, we know what our mission is. We know we don't get up early and go to bed late because we don't understand the mission. We know what we're doing. We know why we're doing it. And so we double down. If you've ever listened to one of our staff meetings, it is like, we are going for it. We expand ourselves. We stretch ourselves, we get creative with ourselves, and we know why. So these moments are really, really super special, and we hope to capture them and hold on to them. So what I want to do now is I want to introduce Dr. Eric Zuley, and I want to do it right. So I want to, because he has a long, he just has a lot of credentials that I think it's important to introduce him properly. But I want to tell you why. You know, when you make a decision to bring people into your team or bring people into your life, whatever that looks like, we know that that's a decision that's important, particularly when you're making a decision that's going to impact others. And going as far as to do something as to open up the world of television, you want to make sure you're with the right partner that thinks the right way and does think, and just there's some synergy. So how I met Eric was just exactly like how you might be meeting someone today, is that you might be looking on this beautiful view and you see someone and you're like, ooh, I just need to talk to them. So me and Eric were speaking on the same event. And before I spoke, I saw him and something, I got a visceral effect in my body. Have you ever had a visceral effect? You're like, ooh, you know, yay. And so something said to me, I need to talk to this guy. I didn't know what he did. I was just like, oh, wow, I need to meet him. And so for any of you that don't know, I don't really hang out in the chat box. So I don't really go into chat, but so I spoke and then I was like, I really need to meet him. And the event was going on. So I went into the chat and lucky me, he had already sent a message to me. And then we started this dialogue. Now, when we talked about TV, we talked about it from the very beginning. We always wanted to be able to support our speakers that were talking and sharing this incredible message over to having television. Why? Because then you would be heard more. This would be an easier process and you would be seen. We are the stand up, speak up, show up, yes, you. So if we're going to tell you to do that, we need to give you platforms and ways to have that happen quicker, sooner, and easier, right? So we take that on. So when we started having conversations about TV, I was very excited because predominantly most of you, I would say 99.9% of the women that are in the book, whether it's profit, nonprofit, business, messages, even personal messages, they want to be seen and they have a business, they have a cause. And so this was the only televised platform that I saw that served in two ways. One, it had a network that was going out to all the channels, and Eric will talk about that. So that was fantastic. That was perfect. It was a platform. But when I looked at his platform, and I'm going to get him to show you a bit today, I'm going to get him to show you the TV and where that TV is attached to. That TV is attached to another platform of networking. Now, the beautiful thing about that is there's 10,000 people there. So you're going to be seen by your world. You're going to be seen on this television channel by the world. You're going to be seen on this television channel by our world. And I have to say, we get 240 million people seeing our summits, and we weren't even on TV. So I think you're in a good place. And then there's these 10,000 people that are on this network already, that their eyes can go over to what you're saying on the women's channel really easily with one click. They're already on the platform. These people are in business. They're looking to do business. They're looking to connect, particularly with people that are showing themselves up on TV. And so when I saw that, it was like a plethora of light bulbs. And that's really difficult for my brain because the creativity goes crazy, right? Oh my gosh, I did a podcast yesterday for people that are creatives and media. And we had to get off the show because we were coming up with ideas for books, just the four of us. I'm like, hang up. That's what creatives do. But the point is that I saw an accessible, and we are an accessible. I just saw another level of accessibility where you could be here and all the speaking and all the speaking spots and people that have podcasts and celebrities and people in different categories. And I will tell you that me and Caitlin, one of Emily's teammates, I said, let's test this. So there's this great button. And you can go, so we went to the speakers because we obviously have speaker spots. We still do, in case any of you don't know, we host 220 speaking spots a year. And so I said, let's go send a message to some speakers because Eric tells me I can compile one message and I can go over here and I can just hit a button and it goes to everybody. Well, there was 10 pages. I'm like, let's just do a few. Let's just pick a few people. So we went few, and I think we went for an hour and we picked some people. And I said, let's just see what happens. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking because this was probably a week and a half ago. We've been a little busy. We've been a little busy getting ready for the launch and a website and all the things. So Caitlin goes, okay. And she sends out this message. I must have texted about 15 or 20 minutes later. And I'm like, can we stop this? Because my phone was populating and people are like, hey, I'd love to speak. I'd love to speak. She's like, no, we can't. So anyways, it was just really incredible. But it was confirming, it really confirmed the accessibility between the two networks. So it may be of interest to you or not, but to see it through the eyes of, you're going to be on TV, you might as well be seen by the people that are right beside you. It's almost like they're in the office next door. So that being said, I do want to let you know that if you were here yesterday, everyone that showed up yesterday and everyone that showed up today, we're going to put your name in a draw because I said we have gifts. And if you like to speak, yay you, because we're going to give two speaking spots away. We're going to put the names in the draw. We're not going to tell you today. We'll figure it out tomorrow because it's going to be an exciting day. But someone is going to get a speaker shout out complimentary on the May Summit, May 7th and 8th, and someone is going to get one on August. We were worried I was going to say April because that's what I said at 7 this morning, but it's August. So let me, with no further ado, introduce Mr. Eric Zuley. And again, like yesterday, he's right in the middle of my screen. But let me tell you about Eric. And I know some of you already know him. So Eric is the CEO of EasyWay Network, which is a multi-award-winning business hub to EasyWay TV, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Google Play, Apple Store, Podcast Network, events, social network app, magazine, newspaper, and a technologies company. 14-time award winner, congressional recognitions, awards named after by Multicultural Motion Picture Association, sat on the board with Robert Murdoch and AC Spall for Paramount, given the Hero Medallion by Los Angeles Children's Trust Fund, champion for charity by Icon Media, Media Medallion by Arts for Peace, Influencer of the Year by the Speakers Coalition, Trailblazer Award by Hollywood Weekly, made a Universal Peace Federation Ambassador by UPF.org, received honorary doctorate for humanitarian services by Academy of Wellness, board member and CMO for Better Vision for Children, nominated to be on the board of American Film Convention, former president of promotions for United Nations Beverly Hills and Los Angeles, CMO of OVA Media Group, owner of National Social Media Awards, CMO for Apple Awards, over 1.2 million social media followers, worked with Akon's record label, was signed as a host and handled marketing and SEO for their team, and presented at the Family Film Awards on CBS. I think you'll see why we aligned. I know Yvonne's laughing. Like, I don't normally have to read people's bios. I have that down. I have an inner Gwyneth Paltrow, but I can't do that one. So Eric, Mr. Eric, please welcome and thank you to the screen, to the show, to the launch.
Thank you, Deb. I appreciate it. And you like my outfit?
I do love your outfit. You are merched up, Mr. Natsukashi. For those of you that don't know, Natsukashi is a sponsor of 262, and Eric is wearing it well. All right.
All right. Well, good morning, ladies. So first and foremost, thank you so much for being here. And you'll look in the chat. There's a link if you want to get involved with anything that I show you today. We have a VIP pitch party happening tomorrow, which is a great networking event and a great way for you to meet the EasyWay family. So we're EasyWay Network, and I'm Dr. Eric Zuley. I'm the CEO and founder of EasyWay Network, which powers the Women's Channel. And we have over 300 million homes and mobile phones that we reach on Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Google Play, Apple Store, and soon LG and Samsung. So it's super powerful, ladies, for real. If you have a show on the Women's Channel, if you have a stage on the Women's Channel, you're talking about the ability to tell your clients, tell your advertisers that you're reaching a lot of people, and not just by TV, but actually, let's have some fun. Let's kind of wake up and do it the easy way. If you guys want to get up and stretch a little bit, because I know it's always fun to be on a Zoom, right? But yeah, so basically, I'm going to show you guys before I actually really get started on EasyWay Network how that's organic and how that's legit. Okay, and basically, Facebook has been a platform of ours for a very, very long time. For over 20 years, we've been building our following of people. And we have what's called the Easy Way family group, which there's almost 3,000 something members, and it's a very, very organic, interactive group. And I'll give you guys the link if you want to join that. But the real true power is what I do with social media, what Easy Way Promotions does with social media. You'll notice that if you go into groups, like I just want you to take a look at the left. If I click on groups you manage, which these are 1,000 to 100,000 members in the group. Look at how many different groups that we manage as a company. Imagine how many people that we're hitting with just that. I'm still scrolling. I'm still scrolling. I'm still scrolling. I'm still scrolling. Saying I can keep going, see more forever. And then we've joined over like 2,000 something groups. So each and every one of these groups, they accept when Easy Way submits to them. And I'm an admin on all of these other people's groups. So just to give you an idea on Facebook, that's an easy million or more just with the groups. Now let's get down to how exciting it is with the women's channel and what it is and what it looks like and how you go to it. Let me turn off this music here. So get excited. You know, someone give me a drum roll. Everybody go on the desk. Because basically, this is the web version of Easy Way TV. We have it featured on the top. And then the same thing goes for Roku, Apple, Amazon, and your mobile phone, Google Play and Apple Store. So exactly what you're seeing, you're also going to see on the big screen. You're going to see on your mobile devices. So right now, they're featuring their summits. There's 4 different summits on here. And you and your show could be the next channel version. You know, you could have a square right here. You click on that square, and then you have multiple episodes. And I want you to think about this. Each episode you can make anywhere from 500 to I've seen people make $3,500 for an interview spot, for a 15-minute interview spot because the network is so strong, because Deb's network is so strong. We work with probably 200 something networks. Think about that. 200 something networks, the Women Global Speakers Network, Women of Global Change, Women's Prosperity Network, my girlfriend's network, which is Women's Prosperity as well, and Thrive and Wealth XO. She's one of the producers of the TV network. She's got 1 million followers herself. I mean, think about how many followers each and every one of these networks have. I know we had the owner of Dining Divas in yesterday on the launch. All these networks are Easy Way family. And if you're Easy Way family, all these different networks become your family. They press the share button. And that's the superpower of Easy Way Network and what we do. And so let me get a little bit more direct into what I'm talking about. So you guys are probably all familiar with Facebook and LinkedIn and basic social media. We put in millions of dollars building an infrastructure. There's Deb at the top of the totem pole of the VIP pitch party. So you click on registration when you go into the app. And so basically, you'll see a bunch of people posting in here, and you know, a lot of people connect. A lot of new people always coming in here, and you can go into members, and you can go to all, and you'll see that there's over 10,000 members that you can connect with. So let's say I don't know who this person is, Roberta Valigence. This is someone new, so I'm just going to click on Roberta and check Roberta out. And then go to message and say, hey, Roberta, I would love to connect with you, right? It's literally that simple. But what's really unique is built into an app, built into a mobile app, we also have a blog. So like we're constantly putting new blog posts. Like this is a big major film producer and director. If you want to get into Hollywood, John Duffy is definitely one you want to connect with. This is from Easy Way TV. Like this is our player, right? So here's our commercial. So this could be your commercial playing before your show, and this is a commercial on our app, and then you have your press release, you have your blog. So you know a lot of these TV networks they want you to promote them, they want you to bring them the audience. We want to give you our audience, we want to market you so you make money. And so you put a little press release together, you pop your little embedded you know, podcast or episode. So this is a good example of what we did with me and my dad have a show called Radio Boomers Live, and this was a great pot. You know, we edited it, we made it look professional, and so I could be getting paid right now. I could be getting $1,000 for this commercial spot, $100, $40, 50, whatever you want to charge, and now right after the commercial, then it goes into
Welcome
the show.
to Radio Boomers Live, otherwise known as
And then the
RBL.
show
Your birthday and
is whatever you want to do. So if you want to put product placement, you want to put your logos on here. If you want to, have a pay to play situation, charge somebody for a segment or whatever you want to do. And then you can also make money by putting links in to the press release, to the blog. So let's say someone pays you $15 for this link or whatever. So we have a whole program we do to teach you how to make money with content and monetization from the microphone and so on and so forth. So that's just an idea. Now, if you click on sites, you can actually go to the back end of our system. And by the way, you take a look. We have a TV, we have a news station, a whole online newspaper, which gets hundreds of thousands of views. So if we put you on Easy Way News, and believe me, we're going to be putting the women's channel here on Easy Way News, this gets ranked on Google. And that's what it's all about. This gets ranked on Google, and then that gives you more edification and more superpower to your pitch when you're trying to sell whatever you're trying to sell. And then we also have a magazine. We have a lot of different media and marketing vehicles to push you out there. But ultimately podcasting. So we built a platform that will take your show and basically turn it into a channel. So it makes it real simple for the users, for the followers, for the subscribers to follow your show. And you can take your YouTube and embed it. You can take your Vimeo and embed it, or you can take our Easy Way TV and embed it, put it right here. Embed means take the player and put it on our platform. You have an interactive chat. And then you also have the ability for people to buy your products or services. You can click on profile from podcasts, and we have a whole profile system that gets ranked on Google. I'm using Matt as an example here. He's one of our members who makes a lot of money with podcasting, by the way. You can book an appointment. People can book an appointment right to you from your podcast. How cool is that? Right? And then you can do the blog I showed you and events and so on and so forth. But you get information on who you are. You got your podcast right here on the right, your social media, and your business, your website. And so you scroll down, you have people can follow your social media, your distribution. We're also on iHeartRadio and Spotify and all that good stuff too. Your advertisement, if people are wanting to pay you for your advertisement on your channel, and then your episodes. So we make it really simple for people to follow your show, for people to follow your podcast, and all your episodes are here. You can have an advertisement if you want, or your sizzle, or and then you scroll down and we make it real simple for someone to be a guest on your podcast, for someone to be an advertiser on your podcast. And so we make it easy, hence the brand, on you to make money. Right? Now I showed you the front end. Now I'm going to show you the back end. And this is where the real superpower comes in. So when you go to podcast, we have a way for you to manage and monitor all of your shows or your podcasts. You get all your analytics and you get your subscribers. So if like right there on the front of that channel, if I pressed subscribe, it would measure and put that subscriber in the back end of your stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but do me a favor, raise your hand if you agree with me. When you're on social media and you wanna promote something, and you want to get to a lot of people, but it makes you click on everybody one at a time, and then you can't, you want to pull your hair out of your head because you got to click each box one at a time. Well, we came up with an awesome solution for that. So inside of our network, you don't have to click one at a time. You click once, and every single person that's subscribed to your podcast is clicked. You click on send an email. This is a BCC, so they don't get your emails. And then you send a message out. So if I would have sent a bulk message out to everybody, hey, women's channel launch, hey, go here. I mean, I am live on Facebook right now, so shout outs to my Facebook followers. So all you guys are famous right now. If we go to gallery, everybody smile. We'll take a screenshot of the whole 262 screenshot. All right, everybody put your hands up. 1, 2, 3, put your hands up. Okay, there we go. I love doing that. Now I'm gonna post you guys to our social media following, and I do have about 1.1 million followers, so it's a good look when I do that. And by the way, Deb, I hate to correct you, but it was Rupert Murdoch in my resume.
Okay, so I must have it. I read that off, and I know every time I read it, I was like, oh, there's something I'm not saying right about this. But
yeah, he's the creator of Fox Network. So
yeah. I'm going to interrupt us as well because I know that Miss Kathy Holt has to go and let you just breathe and drink that in. I think that you'll see that. Well, first of all, let's do a round of applause for the fact that you saw the women's channel. And for all of you, so when you saw those arrows, so you see the summits, there's 4 up there just so that you can get an idea. You click it over and it goes to the next one, next one, and next one. Here's the beautiful thing. So, big shout out to Desi on this. She made these beautiful, so, when you see a summit, it kind of goes, you're seeing everybody one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. But you're your own episode. And when you go there, it's like lights and camera, and you're on the Easy Way Network. And then there's music, and then there's you, and then there's music. And then people can click on. So you can say to people, like, what's in, you guys want to know what's in it for you? Well, what's in it for you is you get to say, you don't say, hey, I'm just on this summit that's on TV. It's, I'm on TV. Go see my episode on TV because it's encapsulated. It's you with your name, with your face, whatever color Desi picked for you, right? And you will see within 6 weeks, all of our summits are there. So there's many of you that have spoke multiple times. You get to capture that. You need to send people to that. And we'll do a class after. Emily will tell you all about it. And so will Eric on how to be able to capture that and send people to your segment.
By the way, Deb, Dante's on here, but she can't come on screen. But she wanted me to let everybody know she's one of our producers of our network. My girlfriend, my other half, she has a very large network, and she can't wait. She cannot wait to meet all of you and do an interview with all of you for the magazine and the TV. She has a huge vegan wealth and health and real estate network.
So I know we're so excited. She's going to be speaking on the May Summits, Sisters Supporting Sisters Summit. So I'm going to turn this over to Kathy Holt. Kathy Holt, if you do not know her, then you're not in our community at all because this woman's killing it. And she was at the Emmys and she was at the Oscars and she just launched her own book. She's been on our stage multiple times, but if you need to get the book. And the book, if you look at who wrote the foreword, it was this incredible woman. I was so honored. We both have the same girl crush on Gloria Steinem. We are like, and I've been at her home in New York, and she will be here in August. So you need to read the foreword because it's just very well done. But Kathy, I wanted to just give you a few words to say hello, good morning, congratulations.
Good morning. Thank you so much for all your wisdom and just all your energy in creating this new network and TV, and you have been such a powerful force in my life, especially me kind of getting out of my shell. I've been working in women's leadership development for decades, but it was really connecting with you in the beginning of this inspirational book that kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone and into what I call the evolution zone now, because that's where I evolved as a leadership development coach. And also really I call it my nudge and motivation team that really got me to write my own book. And being with you throughout this process has changed me and my my belief in my capabilities tremendously. And I really want to thank you for that because it's made such a difference in my life, because I've always said that my mission was to create a movement of women leaders so that we could go out and change the world, because I really do think it needs some changing right now. And but I was doing it more quietly. And now I have the confidence that has been built up over, since 2019 or so, that we've been working together, or 2020, I can't even remember anymore, that we've been working together, that has really pushed me to do more and to be more visible and vocal about it. So thank you. I could never, I don't think I'd be here without you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And congratulations. And just thank you. It was incredible to meet you. It's incredible to watch the journey. And I think we all know our inner journey. You know what I mean? And I think that's the really beautiful thing about this place where we come to, is that we all know that we're on an inner journey, no matter what it looks like on the outside. And we are all pushing ourselves. This is truly the stretch to significance. And I love what you said. Many times we've been inner leaders, inner leaders. And look, I wouldn't say you're an inner leader. you've been working in the United Nations for like what, 40 years, in women's organizations, you've been in politics, you've been in group. I mean, I think that the last thing any of our team would say is that you've been living a silent leader life, because if there's anyone that speaks up, it's you. You know, you were like, I think the first person to like crack yourself on Apollo 262.1 and tell it how it is. You know, we were putting things together down in the, you know, at Emmys the first time, and we had it going on, but I don't think we would see you as quiet because of all the work that you've done. When you walk in a room, you make a presence. And then when you speak, it's just that much more powerful. But I do appreciate it. And I know what you mean, because I feel the same about you. So thank you so much. I know you can't stay too much longer, but congratulations on your book launch as well.
Well, and
And
congratulations on how this has evolved into such an incredible project and an incredible platform for women to share their voices, because that's what I really believe in when I do my leadership development, is opening up platforms for women to share their stories, and because stories have impact. And thank you for doing that. I really do appreciate it.
no
Hey,
worries.
Deb, I don't
Thank
mean to interrupt, but I just want to share a quick little story on how I met Kathy on the carpet. And this is like,
Okay.
this is like,
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
like one of your
Yeah.
most
Let's tell before
powerful
she
women.
goes.
This is like one of your most powerful women in 262, and I had no idea who she was. And unfortunately, I had to cut in front of her because I had my beautiful other half, who was one of our producers for the network. The carpet was shutting down, and I had to get her on the interviews and stuff like that. And she was like, "Well, we're waiting to get on the interviews too." And I'm like, "I'm so sorry." And it was, but we love each other. We're like best friends after that moment.
We are. We
There you
are.
go. The prime, like you never know who you're standing in front of. So,
Yep.
you know, Eric, just who happens to have done marketing for the United Nations, tells the other United Nations rock star, like, oh, excuse me, cuts in front of the line. And then she speaks up for herself and goes, excuse me, this might be your party. And that is hilarious. I love it. Well, we all meet.
I was president of the United Nations Los Angeles division in Beverly Hills.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, president of promotions. Let me say that correctly.
Yes.
We're live here. President of promotions.
President of Promotions. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, Kathy. And
Thank you.
Miss Joanne Callahan, I see you in the room. And normally we have to say goodbye to you because we're doing stuff at night and you're in the morning. But now that we've got you captured, okay, so if you want to go to Ireland, this is the woman you want to hear from. So I don't just share. I'm just putting you on the spot. Just share a little bit.
There we go. Oh my God, this party is awesome. I got my camera the right way around. I can't even see it. It's so sunny out here in Ireland. Yes, we don't really regularly get sun that much. Oh, listen, the party is coming back to Ireland again. It's so good. We're doing it twice, and we may be doing it next year and the year after. You know, I mean, who's going to stop us? But look, Ireland is a beautiful place to come to if anyone wants to come over. Oh my God, there's so many people that are interested that are coming. Empowering women, that's what this is all about, empowering women, you know, being a supportive community. The event is called Rise Her Collective, and it's all about the collection of women who stand for the same mission. And I think that's what everybody is aligned to here in your project, Deb. You know, it's all about being aligned to empowering other women, because we are amazing leaders, but we haven't always been given that right over the years, over the generations, and we're breaking that now, you know, and there's so much work that we have to do in this world. I mean, we really need to support each other. I think what's great about women is there's no competition. It's all collaboration, and it's so much fun and just such joy in supporting other women. As you can see, my heart is just filled with all this work, and I could rabbit on for ages. But I'm just so truly grateful to be your friend, Deb, and to meet so many amazing women, and to be at the Emmys last year as well with you guys. So yeah. So there you go. So come to Ireland, everyone.
Absolutely. Please join us. I mean, here's the beautiful thing with Joanne. You know, we got together and we met through a mutual, you know, our project is for women and those that support women, which means women and cool guys. You know what I mean? Let's face it. I mean, in my world, I'd love it to be everybody. But there was a cool guy that I met when I was opening up Ireland for another project. And so he said, you two have to meet. And we've met. And it's like, you know, when you meet someone that you're like, oh, we always talk about sitting at the right table with the right people, whatever that means for you. And so, you know, me and Joanne got on a call and we felt right people, right time. And she flew all the way over from Ireland to the Emmys. And then she had her experience at the Emmys, and you can literally see how people evolve and change. Sometimes you see it on the Zoom. We had a woman yesterday, first podcast she ever did. And me and Paula watched her go from I want to puke and not show up to at the end telling us that her favorite music was like really big heavy metal stuff. So it was really incredible. You actually see people evolve in 45 minutes. Well, this woman comes back from the Emmys, and then her next request at our Ask parties, which is a place that you get to show up and ask for anything you want, like anything. It's like, you know, Santa Claus for entrepreneurs, right? So she's like, my ask is help. She came back from the Emmys and she showed up, and the next networking events that she went to and the next social events that she went to, people were like, I want you to speak. I want you on my show. Like, I want you to come to this and I want you to come to that. Like, she went back, you know, she left a semi rock star and came back and didn't know how to deal with how much inbound was coming, right? Because we're so used to outbounding, asking, searching. And so, which was why one of the reasons why I was excited that Eric had an outbound attachment to this television station. And so, you know, we got a little rock star going over on and Joanne, and then she had to learn how to say no and learn what to say yes to and what not to. Imagine having so many people wanting you that you had to learn how to say yes and learn how to say no to. And those are the kind of things that start to happen. And those are the kind of things that we want to start to happen because we want everyone sustainable. So the mission behind Mission Accepted Media is to create platforms for entrepreneurs to be sustainable. That's what this project is to open the doors for women, give opportunities that you've never had before, coach you through, curate you through. I mean, you heard me say it, and you heard Eric say it, that we teach you how to make your show. So look you're all on a TV show. If you've done a featured spot with us, you are all on the Women's Channel. Like, celebrate today like you've never celebrated before. If you've not hit our stage yet, it's not the end of the world. You can hit our stage. We are full for May, but we have spots. We're half full for August. So get in here this year and get on to the Women's Channel and say that you have a TV. Watch how people act differently when you say you have a TV show. And for those of you that have a podcast, one of the things, so, you know, Eric showed you about podcasting. For anyone who has a podcast, and I have one and I love them, and I'm not saying don't have one. I'm just saying that the biggest challenge with podcasts is building that audience and building that audience and building that audience and being heard and being seen, or having your people that were guests taking that show and putting it out to their world and putting it out to their world. And so I've had women text me yesterday. Me and Emily were up quite late, and text me and say, can I put my podcast on your television channel? And I said yes. And it was like you could hear the breath, because then they no longer had to fight for that audience, because now you're under this incredible Mission Accepted media house that's going to help you and support you under this incredible, powerful network. And there isn't anyone that Eric doesn't know. I'm just telling you, there's no one. Yeah.
Off of what you're saying, Deb, I never had a chance to show this, so I think it's important. What you're talking about is when you guys use our platform, all of you guys are going to have a profile, and then you're going to do a blog post, like a press release. So say one of these are, here's Joanne. Here's Joanne, right? Here's one of her posts, right? Well, this post is going to automatically hit over 10,000 people's notifications. You see all these different notifications here? So here's Dr. Mary Zenit that just did a post. You click on that, and then that goes to your TV. You put your TV player, like I showed you before, just with the click of one button, it hits every single person in the network automatically. It's
very good. It's very good. Look, I'm going to kind of do something here that we were going to do in the beginning. And I don't know, Desi, are you there? Did we want to do that now?
I am here, and we can absolutely do that now.
Okay, so we want, you know, I was like, right? First thing in the morning, and I said that we're going to show a little bit of a reel. So I'm going to take just a little bit of a breather here and give you guys some music and some time to celebrate. It's like a good 90 seconds of like take in everything that we just said. So Desi's going to pop us to the reel, and a lot of you are going to recognize the music, and it's good music. All right, so this is your celebration time. This is your time that you get to dance. If it's after 5 o'clock, drink your red wine. Turn it up loud. There's your 60 seconds of yay you. That is awesome. That is so good. Look, I'm going to put someone on the spot, and I'm going to ask Dr. Sonia Yan to say a few words, because we've been hanging out a little bit. And here's the cool thing is that when you meet people in 262, you get to make bizships, and then they turn into friendships. And the mission behind this whole project starts to play out in your life. And you start to attract and vibrate and think collaboratively, like one woman said earlier, in a way, Joanne, that just expands your personal life as well. And that's what I have with Dr. Sonia Yan. Now, interestingly enough, we met on LinkedIn, right? I always say that, you know, Eric's whole thing is like every social media put together. But here's a woman's like, hey, I'm going to come to Canada. I'm like, cool, let's talk. And she's now participating with us in 262, and we're celebrating each other's wins. So I'm going to put you on the spot and just say hi, you know, good evening to you, good morning to us. And I don't know if you have a few words to share. I don't know. Say whatever you like. I'm just putting you on the spot and putting me on the spot by introducing you.
Thank you, Debbie. With you, one never knows what comes next, you know. I was thinking earlier, you've got entertainment sloshing through your blood. That's the only way I can actually put it. So I'm so happy to be here. Yes, the funny story is that I was reaching out to different Canadians when I started out using LinkedIn Premium. And the first 6 people I reached out to, one of them was Deborah. And she said, "Hi, would you like to jump into a call?" And I thought, okay, sure. We had such a nice call. Then she told me about 262. And it's interesting because I realized Deborah was so used to telling people about what the movement's about and how it's reaching people across the world. And she wants to bring women together that are having an impact in the world, that I was so moved that I had tears coming to me. And she kept on talking about, this is the book and this is and then she realized, hang on a second, this woman is close to tears. Let me slow down. And I said to her, I'm so moved by the contribution that you're making to the global movement of empowering women. And to this day, it still moves me. So thank you for everything you do. Thank you for all your energy, your tireless dedication into getting this movement out and helping women speak up and stand up and obviously, you know, say what they have to say. And to Kathy Holt, you know, the change that you go through as you become part of this 262 movement is one where you just go and say, there are others like me, and let's just do this all together. It's almost like an infusion of extra energy that you're getting when you become part of the 262 community. So I just, you know, you put me on the spot. That's what I have to say. So anyone who is not part of the 262 movement yet, it's your time. It's your time now, and you will be supported in ways that you cannot yet imagine. The one thing there are many things I like about Deborah, but the one thing I really enjoy is her energy and her constant commitment to what can we do next. I met her last year in June. There was no talk about a channel. Why? Because she didn't even know that that's where she was going to go. So the beauty about this is that you just keep going up and up and up and up. So thank you for everything you do. And also to Eric Zuli, thank you for your part in playing, you know, making this a reality, this women's channel. I'm so thrilled to be part of the movement.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And you know, here's how this works, right? I mean, yes, we started off with a book, and then, wow, I think if you didn't hear me earlier, we're at 5 million media impressions with this book. We're 1 year out of a 5-year book tour. Nobody does a book tour for 5 years. It's, you know, your CFO starts to like turn their head around and go, what are you doing, right? Who happens to be have just popped on. Hello, hey, Murray. And you're like, what are you doing? And it's like, because it was the beginning and the, I mean, look at this, look at how much goodness is in this book, right?
Exactly.
When people open the book, they're like, it glows, right? It has energy to it. So that sparked off the summits, and then the summits, you know, 22 summits, 15 months, you know this, 6,000 women and those that support women showed up. And then we had 200 million media impressions, and we were hitting every media house possible. And then let's take the books to the Emmys, and let's take the books to the Oscars, and let's not go alone. Let's take the sisters with us, and let's go to Ireland. And now all all of these places are going on, and we've got next year lineup. Someone's like, can you come to Bali this year? I go, put it on next year, like put it on next year. And now there's so many cool stories that women have heard and inspiration. Like in the summits, halfway through, you're full. You're like, woo, I'm good. I am emotionally, spiritually full, and I feel empowered. And so now the goal of this movement, where people can embody that whole idea of I can and I will, and I've got people to take with me. Now we reach even a broader audience. Imagine we're at 200 million. Now we're flipping over to another audience of another 250 to 300 million. And so how much easier is that? I mean, honestly, let's just make this easy and simple. People are like, okay, tell me about your speaking packages. I'm like, there's 2. Featured speaking and in between. Like, let's just make it simple. Can I get in your book? Yep, there's 2. There's 2 pages or 2 pages, right? But if you can make it simple but impactful, it's just relieving, particularly those of us that have been trudging it for a little bit, So again, a thank you to everyone who's part of the team, who's helped make this happen. The one thing that we got asked about, because not everybody loves to speak and not everybody wants to have their own TV show yet, but they are asking for ways to be able to have their voice heard. And so in talking to Eric, I said, one of the ways that I know that for those of you that are wanting TV stations, and we've been having conversations, and by the way, if you decide to have a television station, I'm going to mail to your door this gorgeous, beautiful 262 wine from Napa Valley that has David Harmon's name on it, that says, what does being a woman mean to you, and asking you to cheers with us, because you will cheers. And if you don't drink it, you will drink it. So you're going to drink it after you start your station. But some women are like, look, I want exposure on television. So I said to him, can we do something like commercials? Because I know he does. And so I think visually things are important to be seen. So Eric, if you don't mind, before we go to Q&A, being able to show, so look, when I say commercial, you probably think same thing as TV. I just want to be very transparent here. We're not asking anyone to spend $25,000 to build a TV channel or a TV station or a TV show or what have you. For us, I'm just gonna, and we have packages that we can share with you later, but I want to give you an idea, because here's the thing. A lot of you may not want to ask. So let me just put it forward. You may walk away going, there's no way I can afford that. There's no way I can do that. So Eric has showed you some of the ways before, and we've talked about it, about how to make this accessible. Don't forget, we're an accessible house. So how do we create TV and make it accessible? So you can have your own TV show with one show a month for a whole year. Like you have your whole TV show for a year. You have 12 episodes for $5,000 or $6,000 for 24. Now, if you do what Eric suggested earlier, and he has people that have paid a lot, but let's just say someone pays $500. Would you pay? I would pay $500 to be on someone's TV show, to be seen by 300 million, and I can click on Roku and see my, pretty little face in something a little pretty. I don't know. But so would you. So if someone paid $500, even if you had one show, you've paid $5,000, you've made $6,000, you have a television show, and your marketing for your audience is done. That's how we think back here. That's how the team thinks back here. And so it is accessible to you. But if someone says, I don't want to have a show, I've not even spoken on a stage yet before, there's no way I could do that. Can I get seen on these? You can, and you can do commercials. So now a lot of people go, oh my gosh, when you hear commercials, you think Super Bowl, which ironically, Eric will show you a Super Bowl commercial, but and you're talking tens of thousands of dollars. We just automatically think that, but you can get a commercial for like $750, and you can put your commercial all over. You can do a commercial that speaks for you if you don't want to speak for yourself, or if you want to extra your exposure. So Eric, we still have a bit of time. So do you mind showing a couple of different varieties of commercials that women can do?
Sure.
And we're going to go to Emily. Yeah.
So what you're going to see here, guys, is a series of variety of different commercials. So I'm going to be quiet so you can hear it. But we can pretty much do anything that you need. And yes, it does start at $750 and up. So this is like an anime type of commercial, and then we'll go into different styles of commercials.
Create your own free EasyWay wall profile. Connect with the best and network your way to success. Get your own commercial and consistently be promoted on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Prime.
So that's one. And
To
then
grow and align your brand with celebrities and other established brands.
this is an anime style commercial.
Entire customer experience. Everything from your logo, your website, your social media experiences, the way you answer the phone, to the way your customers experience your staff. So why not let us help you get your branding right from the start? At EasyWay Promotions, we are a new class of professionals providing first-class online.
So this is probably most likely going to be the type of commercial you guys are going to want. This is around $2,000 for a commercial like this. This is a commercial we did for Billionaires Elite Television, BETV, which is another channel on our network. And then next I'll show you the Super Bowl commercial that Deb was talking about.
This elite lifestyle and business content, we invite you to indulge, expand, and connect with top leaders and executives featured on TV from the Billionaires Elite app, coming soon. BETV, be indulgent, luxurious, philanthropic, and be transformed by our life-changing shows, films, and opportunities to thrive and connect. Live your best life with BETV. TV from the lives and the minds of the rich and successful.
This is the Super Bowl.
And then this is a documentary style commercial, and
Welcome to the world of Easy.
so just a bunch of different styles. This is a product commercial from a past one.
Is a unique headset that combines light and sound frequencies with guided meditations.
This is the type of commercial that would be $750. This is a slideshow commercial.
The professional speaking industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and the religious speaking industry is even larger.
And then for those of you guys that do events, this is an event commercial that me and Omar Perry, one of the top 32, he's got about 32 best-selling books. He's one of the biggest speakers in the world, co-founder, LA Fitness, on and on.
February 5th, 2021. Full-time media mogul Eric Zuli and sales and business guru Omar Perry are joining forces. We give you the knowledge needed. You build a platform to make money at home. Create a self-sustainable.
And then you got you know, an app commercial, and there's so many different types of commercials. We've done so many commercials, probably in the thousands. And if you look to the right, I'm gonna scroll down the list of commercials. You'll see a whole bunch of different commercials. This is a really good one. This will be the last one, Deb. If you guys have an event coming up, most people have events and summits and things that they do. This got in the millions of views when we put it on television, and this was a summit commercial we did.
Tune into the Creative Collaboration Summit June 4th, 5th, and 6th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. EST. Brought to you by Easy Wall of Fame. Hosted by Amy Thompson and Brian Patrick White. Our featured speakers are Eric Zuli, Paige Clark, Lori Appleby, Emma Paradis, Renee Reich.
You get the idea. And all those speakers that you saw, they were getting thousands of dollars for all of those different speakers. So those are more than powerful commercials. But any other commercials you guys want to see or anything else, I'll put the information in the chat, and I'm happy to do a one-on-one with you guys or another Zoom. Thanks.
Awesome. Well, I see that Emily's back. Well, let's talk to Emily a little bit. So if you don't know Emily, she's our CMO. And there are some things in the chat. Desi's going to put a class that's being done on AI. She's going to put my calendar in the chat in case you want to have a conversation. She's putting all sorts of things in the chat for you to capture. So if you want to have a conversation with myself or Eric, or have questions for Emily, she's going to be putting that information in the chat right now, or Dorothea, one of them is going to have all that going on. But Emily has been our Chief Marketing Officer, and you would have seen her at the Oscars with us. And for those of you that came down to the award shows, she was the woman that was in the WhatsApp groups with us for 3 months before we go down getting ready. Because we understand that there's going to be questions. We understand that sometimes you want to have someone go along this journey with you, which is why we're a collaborative. And there's questions that you need answers to on, okay, now like Joanne, now I have all these people that want my attention. What do I do? How do I capitalize on that? How do I prepare myself for that? And we walk you through it. And this is Emily's forte. So I'm going to stop talking and pass it over to her.
Yeah, thanks, Deb. Good morning, everyone, or well, yeah, morning, afternoon, evening. But it's my morning. And yeah, so super excited to be here. Super excited that we've made it here, and the launch is actually today and yesterday, and it's so great to see so many beautiful faces on the screen. But yeah, I mean, definitely, I just like to jump onto these calls and really talk about not just the benefits that you get from sort of working with Eric and Deb, but to really talk about the benefits that will come from your like for your company specifically. So marketing is obviously, you know, there's so many different facets that you go, and we always like to say that you want sort of like a holistic approach. You don't want to stick all your eggs in one basket and just assume that that's going to work forever. But the super fun thing about television is it really is one of those marketing tactics that has a timeless effect. So, you know, social media, you got what, a day, maybe 2 for a reel to really blow up. You know, you've got different ad strategies that'll last maybe a few months, you know, maybe a year, but then you're always, you know, it's always sort of changing. And then, yeah, even just different things with your SEO and stuff like that. It's just like always changing. But what was around when we were kids and what's going to be around when our great grandkids have kids, you know, it's television. So it's been just like super exciting watching this all come to fruition. And like Deb said, like to be able to be, you know, sort of, I don't know, regular people and get a show is absolutely incredible. You know, I also didn't think, even when I got into my marketing career, didn't think I'd get to go hands-on with television as well. You know, I thought that would just be pass that off to another team and kind of look the other direction. But it's been really exciting that we are in a day and age that it is like something that we can get onto Amazon Prime, we can get onto Roku TV, we can get onto all these places. And not only can we get there, but with this new space, we're actually getting onto a women's channel. So we're getting on a network that we know is actively hitting our target audience of women around the world and those who support women. And it's just like so empowering to actually see it come to light. So, you know, Eric's got his production stuff to actually get you there, and Deb's got her production stuff to actually get you on the channel. But I'm just so excited to be having these shows. So first of all, obviously the Stand Up Speak Up Show of YesU Summit Series, that is kind of our show. It's so exciting to get that actually televised and just have that extra marketing facet to blow it up for the world. And not just share it once or right after the summit, but actually have a place that you can go and fill up your cup for years. You know, we like have just been talking about how there's so many nuggets. Like you can all probably, anyone that's gone to a summit, I'm sure you can think about one moment or one phrase or one whatever that changed the day for you, changed the week for you, maybe even changed, you know, something bigger than that for you. And the thought of going back and being able to listen to that again, or even listen to someone else that you weren't able to watch or something like that, there's going to be more little bits that hit you, and even hit you at different times. Like we're all evolving women, we're growing, we're stepping into our power, we're doing so many things that, you know, something that maybe you weren't ready to hear before, you might rewatch and you might really be ready to hear it now. So it's just so exciting that we have this element where you're going to be able to go and sort of fill up your cup, you know, with 365 days a year, for whatever leap year or not. And yeah, so we're just very excited about that. So for the 262 project, this is just like, you know, we rise with the tides. Deb says it all the time, and this is a big tide riser. So this is something that's going to be able to reach just so many more people for decades. And it's something that, you know, all of you that have been a speaker on the summit, or anyone that's going to be a speaker on the summit in the future, you know that it's just got that extra element that really levels this up from like a standard summit or a standard podcast that you're doing. So excited about that. And then when it comes to anyone out there that does want to do your own show, I mean, this is where the channel is just so exciting. You know, I'm like, go talk to Eric, get your show sorted, talk to Deb, work that out. But then it gets to my part, which is the fun part, and that's just blowing it up. So you know that if you're getting a show on the women's channel, you're not just getting a show on the women's channel, you're getting a show backed up by Eric's entire network, by Deb's entire network, by my network, you know, and the 262 network. So you're getting that sort of instant marketing of being like, I'm here, these are my people. And we're like, absolutely, you know, we become your biggest cheerleaders. We already, you know, try to be in every way we can, but the channel is just going to be another chance for us to really help, like, blow you up, like, get your business out there, really support you in all the ways that we can when we actually have like so much video content to work on to get that noticed. So just know, if you are, if you are thinking about the summits or whatever, know that you've got that extra piece now, and that marketing is just going to be so good. Like, you will be able to access your episode, and then it'll be part of the whole series. So the nice thing is, if you're watching your episode, it'll just roll into the next one. So it's really, you know, I'm sure it's going to be one of those things where you know, it's like, I don't think Eric's tool has it, but with Netflix, it's like, are you still watching? You know, and I'm like, stop with the judgment. Of course I'm still watching, you know. But the same thing, you'll just be able to roll right onto the next channel or the next show and just like spend the whole day just filling up your cup. And then you're gonna be energized. It's gonna be like 10 o'clock at night. You're gonna be texting Deb being like, okay, whose lives are we changing today? So yeah, we're just so excited to kind of watch the community grow from all of this, and be able to reach so many more. And then if you are doing your own show, we're so excited to be able to just like compliment you and really market with you on that. And on the last few we've done, I keep not mentioning it. So Deb, I'll finally talk about the website myself. We are so excited. I mean, one of the things that's kind of happened, I mean, in Deb's life there's been so much evolution of the 262. There hasn't necessarily been like a one-stop shop of where to get all your information. So as of this week, you are going to be able to go to the website, and like, you can already go on it, but we're just yeah, you can already go on it, and there's a drop down that says 262, and it's got everything. It's got your summit, it's got your trainings, it's got your free classes, it's got your top performance classes. You know, you've got kind of everything there. And of course, it has the women's channel. So if you're like, I don't know exactly how to get to Easy Way, you know, we've made it really, really easy. You just go down in the menu on the drop down, or right on the homepage, there's a beautiful video and picture that says the women's channel, and you just click on it, and then you can get right to see it. And I think we've got 2 or 3 summits up already, but like Deb said, we do have an aggressive timeline of 6 weeks to get the rest of the summits up, and then, or around there. And then as we go, all the future summits, it'll be like a quick turnover. So you'll go, you'll have your live, we'll all be all hyped up, then it'll show up on TV, and you'll be able to share it with the world, and we'll go from there. So excited to just like have this community growing in so many different ways. So yeah, that website piece to just make sure you know where everything is, you're never lost, you're never missing anything, you've got all the events, all the works, and then this women's channel to actually like level up your life and have your own TV. So yeah, Deb, did I miss anything, or
No,
did we get it all this time?
No, it's fantastic. I think that just everyone meeting you and knowing that you are very supported, and any questions. And if you're a part of 262, you know what we do. On every summit, if you are a speaker, your swipe copy is done, your social media badges are done, your landing page is done, all of that is done. There's information portals from Facebook to WhatsApp to keep you up to date, and emails. And now we have Cheryl, who's the happiness director, that you can just call and go, okay, you know what? My life is abundant with things going on. Just text me when these crazy ladies are doing something. Like, there's no way you can't access. Come to the pitch party. Eric, Easyway Network, is doing an incredible pitch party. He's put the link in there, and he's going to show you how you can network within that beautiful network that he has of people that are going to see you on the channel. He's also going to talk about that pitch party and show you an app where you can access the channel and everything that's going on through that app. We've got the website where you can go to 262 and it says click here. Click the top of that 262 and it's going to open up a page and give you a video and then show you everything that you have access to. All of the things from nominating yourself for the award. It's got a tour. So we're on a 5-year book tour. You can go see the tour and see everywhere we've gone and everywhere we're going. And you can go, Deb, can I go to Ireland? Can I go to New York? Can I go to, we're going to be in Colorado with Wendy after Wendy's event. Can I go? Yeah, you can go. Do I have to be 262? No, you don't, right? Our events are for the public. If you want to speak on our stages, it's going to show you that. We have spots. If you want to speak on our stage. That's a great way to get over to the television, because we do it for you. You're going to be able to capture your episode. Here's the interesting thing. When Emily said, you've got 365 days, we will have up there 500 episodes. So you can go and listen to one every morning. And what a way to start your world. And a lot of you are out there looking to find people, to meet people. Go listen to their speaking spot. It's 20 minutes. It'll inspire you, motivate you. Reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out. Like I tell people, buy the book. They're like, oh, I'm looking for women for my summit. I'm looking for women for my event. I'm looking for women for my masterclass. I'm looking for women to build my social media. I'm like, there's 200 women here with their addresses and saying, come reach out to me. So why would you not do this? You tap into this, you tap into the summits, then you tap into TV, whether you want to play on TV and having your own show or play on TV by commercials or just using it. I mean, honestly, if someone was doing an event and they're like, hi, I have a TV show. I'd love to send you my TV show instead of my even pop, you go look at the podcast episode and TV show. If someone says, I'd love for you to be in my podcast, you're like, cool. I'd love for you to be on my TV show. Who do you call first? Just ask yourself that question. Who do you call first? I mean, we're not, it's not silly. We know the audience numbers are probably different, unless your podcast is on our show. There you go. So I want to leave some time for some Q&A. I also want to say hello to Liz. Hello, Liz, all the way from London. I'm so grateful for you. She spoke. Do you want to say a few words? Can we unmute Liz and then go to some Q&A? So me and Liz met. We are like sisters. She's from London. She flew into Ireland and closed out that summit. If Joanne's here, she rocked the place for sure. So Liz, do you want to say a few words before we go to some Q&A?
Sure. So hi everyone. I'm Liz Hoyt. Anything to do with coercive control, that's me. And it was a very similar story really, where kind of Deb's again the same as you, Dr. Sonia, was the fact that I reached out to Deb's on LinkedIn back in I think 2019, 2020, and we were kind of collaborating then, and even then kind of Deb's talked about this kind of vision that she had to kind of do this thing that's coming to fruition now, and not only is Deb's just such a wonderful supportive friend to me and has been throughout even my relationships with friendships. She's kind of helped me so much to elevate my business, and being a part of this, the 262 empowerment, this whole project has just been absolutely amazing. And for anybody who isn't necessarily in the book or kind of wanting to find out more information about it, it's definitely something that can elevate your business, and you can just meet so many wonderful other women that are a part of it as well, and just collaborate. And I'm just so chuffed that I had the opportunity firstly to meet Deb's all those years ago, but to kind of have this opportunity to be in this book with 261 other wonderful women as well. So thank you so much, Debs.
Oh, no worries. And your book is incredible. I actually was just going to send you a message. I gave your book away to someone, so I need to order another one. That's the cool thing, right? You can just gift them away. Eric, before we go to questions, well, why don't we just go into questions and answers? Is there anything that you wanted to say before we go into Q&A?
Well, no, we can go right into Q&A, but I mean, honestly, guys, I'll just give you a little teeny bit of my story. I was on KDOC. I've been on Fox. I had a show on KDOC, KXLA. My show made around six figures, and I had a nice studio mansion in Hollywood. And the reality of it is when you have a show or you have a podcast and you have that microphone, you're on a major television network that has real legitimate viewership. I mean, look at the room that we have here. If everybody in here shared this, we're going to send you the Easy Way TV Women's Channel link of this recording. I want everybody to put in the chat, say, I'm going to share. Okay. Everybody needs to come in on board as a community. This becomes a skeleton key to get into any doorway that you really want. You can go on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, social media, and just like Deb said, and say, I have a television show and here's my viewership, here's my distribution, here's the branding, here's the media badges. I mean, use your word, Deb, that you can put on your own branding. It is so powerful, and I guarantee you it'll open up doors that you couldn't imagine.
All right. Thank you so much. So we're going to go to questions and answers. Desi's got everybody kind of muted. We just do that when we do big events like this. And so if you want to speak, you're going to have to put your hand up or put your emoji hand if you have any questions. And of course, all of our information is in the chat. So if you want to have a private call, you can. And if you are coming on late, everyone's name is going to go into a big draw from yesterday and today, and there's going to be some people winning some spaces on the stage. But does anyone have a question or anything that they want more information on before we wrap up this party, this celebration? Some of you are like, my day's ending. We're like, our day's starting.
Click on the raise hand button at the bottom of your tray if you have a question, and that'll let us know that you have a question.
Yep. Okay, Dr. Sonia Yan. Desi will unmute you. All right, there you go.
Thank you. So, Eric, I saw that you have if I remember the name correctly, a VIP gathering I think it's every second Thursday, correct me if I'm wrong, and it's in Pacific time, and unfortunately that's like 3 o'clock in the morning my time. Do you have it at a European kind of time?
You know what? You are literally like the 1,000th person that said that. So we're gonna have to figure out some sort of way for the.
Okay, good. I'm glad I'm the 1,000th person.
As of now, it is from 4 to 6, and it's called the VIP pitch party, and it's two times a month. But trust me, I got people that come on at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. They come because of the quality of people that they network with. It's well worth it.
Okay.
We'll keep at them. Hey, look, if I'm up, trust me, you know, the interesting thing is, you know how I said you guys have pushed us to grow? We're going to push Eric to grow.
Yeah, I'm the 1,000th person. I mean, wow, Eric, there's a message in that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I believe it's this week. So there's a link.
Tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Yeah, of course it is. So it's tomorrow, and for you get to talk about your business, right? You get to talk about your business. So that's very cool. And is there anyone else that has any questions?
Any questions about anything, guys? Social media, how to get more followers, marketing, whatever. If you have a podcast now, I mean, you know, this is your chance to really, you know, scale and evolve whatever it is that you're doing, and we're here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to just raise your hand on the screen and you don't know how to do technology, go ahead and do that too.
Yeah. All right. And if for anyone that is chat, I just want to say anyone that sent me a message in the chat, I'm not in the chat right now, and I see that some people have messaged me privately. I'll get the chat later and I'll be able to respond. If there's something that you need to know right away, you can send your question to Desi, DESI.
There's some questions in the chat.
Okay.
A couple of my people are in here. Like Lindsay Rose deals with like a matchmaking group with millions of people, and she's saying, how much is it to be a part of 262? So she's obviously excited to get involved with you.
Absolutely. Well, you can send me a message and we'll connect. But 262 is interesting in the sense that we're not a membership. Everything that we do is gifted. What we call the Sustainable Soulpreneur Sisterhood is for anyone who's been in the book, and the book is anywhere from 1,500 to 5,200. You speak on our stage, which is anywhere from 350 to 3,500. Either one of those brings you into our sisterhood and community. There's no hierarchy behind in relationship to, you get different things by different levels. Whatever serves you, however it serves you to be here. But I will tell you, we are doing our final revision. If you want to be in this book that's going to be around the world and Oscars and Emmys and everything else, we have literally 12 spots left. 12 spots left to get in the book. So please send me a message. And what I'm doing is, I sent last night or 7 o'clock this morning or something like that. I think it was last night at midnight to Emily to add more dates on my calendar. But my calendar is probably in the chat. If it doesn't work for you, just send me a message. I am literally going to tell you my cell phone right now because it's all over everything I do anyways. I am a business card believer with phone number 604-655-4698. Send me a text. If you like to email, that's beautiful. Good luck. No, I'm kidding. I will answer your email, but I only do that 20 minutes a day. But if you send me a text or if you'd like to use WhatsApp, that's where I go first and we can get you in. And I can be flexible with my schedule outside of the world of Calendly. So I'd love to have you, love to have that conversation, but I'm not a FOMO run to the back of the room type of person. But if you want in here, it's FOMO run to the back of the room right now.
And for those of you guys that are watching live, because I got 2 cameras on Instagram and Facebook Live, you guys can also go to our network and look for Deb, and you can click on appointment or connect with her directly. And we're doing a special too, Deb. I think that you said that you're including being in the book if they get a show on the TV.
Oh, yeah. So here's something really beautiful. If you come into the book so that you get to be read, we are gifting you a $3,500 feature spot for speaking. So you have that, and that is press released and media time and media badges and conversations with us. And it's the full feature professional intro, outro. And then that goes to Desi and Desi makes that beautiful into your own episode. And then we place that episode for you on the women's channel. So you come into the book, you get gifted a feature spot. That feature spot goes to TV and you get all of that for $5,262 because we're 5262.
I'll tell you what I'll do too, Deb. I'm just going to add to that. If you get a commercial with us where you saw our commercials and stuff, and you do that, I have 1.1 million followers, and you guys saw the marketing and stuff, and we charge a good amount of money for social media marketing. But I'll toss that in to market and promote your commercial, being on the women's channel and then being in the book, and that's like super powerful. And you'll have some of the biggest people in the industry, the biggest investors, the biggest financial people. Like for 24 years, I've been building my Rolodex and database. It's about 93,000 at this point. So you get some serious organic, high profile eyeballs on your stuff when I post.
And can we put a cherry on that for those that are in the book already? And those that have spoken on the stage, not that you don't need to speak more, but for those that have done that already, if you decide to go TV, can we put that in as well? I'm going to send a bottle of wine and then put that commercial piece on top of if someone decides to get their own TV show.
I'm going to be busy, but sure, why not?
Yeah, we're going to cherry that Sunday. All right, very cool.
Only for people that have an account, though. They got to have an account so we can.
Yeah, well, look, you've given a free account. There's a free account link that you've put in there, right? So you can go on and play for free.
Yeah, if they register to the VIP pitch party, even if they don't show up, that makes them their account and it's under you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there you go. It doesn't get easier. So the reason why we do things like free, so it doesn't stop you in your head. You know, there's 2 things that tweak people out. Ooh, it's going to cost me money and it's going to cost me time. I think you can see that your time is being supported. And then also just to ease that, you know, goes on in your head, go in there and play.
You do realize that your phone number just went out to like 1 million or more.
When you said that, I was just like, yep, I just realized that. But you know what? I was up till midnight last night. So yes, I could have put it in the chat to save myself that. It's okay. That's okay. I'm going to take you all.
I don't need sleep. No biggie.
No big deal. All right. So we are going to wrap this party. We said it was going to end at 9:30. It is 9:32. I hope you are excited. I hope you're pumped. I hope you can't sleep and have to call Joanne to find out how to sleep better, because you are excited and see the potential. I know that potentiality is going to start. That's what happened when creativity gets delivered, and you're going to start thinking about things for you. talk show, you want to do a talk show, you want to do a cooking show, you want to do a late night show, you want to do a travel show, you want to talk about the essence of your coaching, you want to talk limiting beliefs, removing limiting beliefs with Dr. Sonia Yan, you want to do AI expert with Desi. Like, what is it that you do? Do you want to do you want to paint on the show? Brenda, do you want to have you showing people how you paint and then having other artists on the show? Like, those are the kind of things I want you to think about. Like, it doesn't have to be necessarily what you do. It can be the essence of what you could do. It could be the outside of what you do. You can bring people together that are in the same field as you. You might be Reiki, but you bring in all these other people that are healing modalities and show the collaborative, and you're endorsing each other. Like, think about the kind of shows that you would want to have that support the essence of what you do.
I think the biggest thing, Deb, is if you want to get more followers, therefore help you close more deals, you want to get ranked on Google. One of the things I forgot to say is our streaming television network, our blogs, our magazine, everything we have is highly ranked on Google, and we get you IMDb credits. We do a whole class on that. IMDb is owned by Amazon, and that controls your about that comes up on Google. Very, very powerful for your company, but ultimately you will get a lot more followers because it's very organic.
Absolutely. So yeah, I want you to be excited, think about things, text me some ideas, let's have some meetings, be you and Eric banter it out. I mean, maybe you're a photographer and you're going to teach, your show is going to be about teaching the power of photography and how to take the proper picture and who you could take and all those kind of things. Just let your mind go, and get creative. So now I've taken you 2 more extra minutes past 9:30, but that's pretty good.
Can I do my waterfall thing, Deb, before we go?
Yes, of course we're going to do waterfall.
All right, guys. So on the count of 3, I'm gonna ask everybody to say, yay 262. Thank you, Easy Way. Whatever you want to say, but I want everybody to all chat at the same time because remember, there's a lot of people live watching, and then this is recorded as well. So here we go, everybody. 1, 2, 3, and the waterfall chat. There it is.
So yay 262. Congratulations 262. Yay 262. There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody's gonna do it at the same time. We're trying. I say yay 262. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Everybody do it at the same time. Everybody press the enter button all at the same time when I say 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go. There it is. There's the
there's the waterfall. There's the waterfall.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you. We will see you soon. Talk to you soon. See you on the next. That's what I'll just leave it with. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Desi. Thanks, team. Bye.